When did you start the podcast? What?
So the podcast, we actually just we are actually this week is our 10 weeks ago, actually, I could say, because we do 10 week seasons, and we this week is our the final episode of season 1, and we're going to do a small hiatus where we're going to just put out some tidbits, some smaller episodes, so people can go and binge if they haven't discovered us yet, and get ready for season 2. So we've been doing that for about 10 weeks now. We do an episode a week, and we've talked about what it means to be woke in the classroom, what it means to be woke in reading class, what it means to be woke, and each of the subjects, social studies, writing, like how we can best think about how we can create culturally responsive and inclusive classrooms, what it means to be woke at home. Like, what does it mean with your kids at home before they even get to school to be woke? And the second season, we'll be talking about our health. How do we rethink what we've been told is healthy? How do we rethink spirituality, and how does spirituality affect our education, and what opportunities we try to take advantage of? So it's just rethinking education at all levels so that we can create better educational experiences for our kids.
Oh, okay, okay. Wow, you covered a lot of important topics. So I wanted to ask you, with that being said, how do you feel, as a Black woman in American society today?
I think that I'm in a very weird spot, right? So I have to acknowledge the fact that I'm a Black woman, yes, but I'm a fair skinned Black woman, and so that in a lot of ways affords me a lot of privilege. And so I have darker skinned friends. We talk about this all the time. There are things that there are passes sometimes that I don't even realize I'm getting, that my friends realize that I'm getting, and that they're like, that never happens to me. And so like I sit at a very weird space juncture, because I have the ability to be able to very easily and be accepted in a lot of spaces. But once I get into those spaces, have a lot of times the awkward position to have to be the one to call out the racism in the room, and the structural injustice in the room. And it's hard because, like, oh, you're not one of them, right? Like, you're okay. You're one of us. It's like, nah, don't let the lack of melanin fool you. Like, I'm very much, I'm lightly melanated, but that doesn't mean that I'm not down for the cause. So it's, so for me, I have to say, um, it's probably been easier than most, but also just as frustrating, especially when you do get into some of those rooms and see how the decisions are made, and see that it really is not about the people. It has nothing. It's about the bottom line. It really is about how can we make the most money? How can we do something that will benefit the shareholders? At the end of the day, and schools are no different. A school is a business. A school, and the goal of a school is to put butts in the seat, because the more butts you have in the seat, the more money you can get. And so because of that, it is definitely not always about what's in the best interest for the child. And the further up you go in education, the more you see that. And so trying to be the person that is aware of that, plus the fact that there are different needs that our children need that some other populations may not need, and trying to advocate for that, and trying not to be the angry Black woman while you advocate for that, trying to make sure you can still stay in the room, because just because they let you in the room, if they feel like you caused them too much trouble, oh, they will kick you out of that room. So trying to, like, by virtue of being fairer skinned, sometimes I can get in the room, but it's hard to stay when your Black woman come out. So it's trying to navigate the world as a Black woman, is as a light skinned Black woman, is definitely not without its challenges. So it is a constant tightrope walk. Trying to make sure you can balance both sides and stay on the tightrope. So that would be my what it's like for me as a Black woman.
Oh, okay. Wow, wow. Thank you for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure a lot of the viewers can definitely relate to some of the things that you are saying.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, there's a lot of traffic going by.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, my next question was, do you have any upcoming projects or events or books or, workshops or anything?
Oh, well, right now we're getting ready for the holidays. So we have the our newest book, The Adventures, Kai and the Daddy Man Do the Holidays. So that is out. So if you're looking for a good book for this holiday season, books are always great gifts. We have that book. It actually has been out for a couple months, but obviously it's a great. It talks about Christmas, Kwanzaa, Halloween, which we're about to have in a couple weeks here. It talks about Easter, so you grab that, you have it for all the holidays, and you can reference it, year round. We have obviously season 2 of the podcast will be launching in about 3 or 4 weeks. So we have that. Meanwhile, in Africa is our supplemental social studies curriculum. And we launched that this summer as well. It has been very well received. People are hungry for culturally responsive content that promotes entrepreneurship thinking and creative thinking and leadership skills. And that curriculum does all of that. It gives a better and more well-rounded and factual view of history. It fills in a lot of the holes that regular social studies class, regular history class leaves out. And then it does it in such a way that it teaches us lessons about how innovative and how we were actually creators and entrepreneurs, and we love science and we did all these great things. And then so once we learn that history, how do we take that knowledge that we already were these great creators, these great innovators, and how do we apply it so that we can grow our kids to be those types of individuals, those kind of thinkers and leaders in the future? And that's where the entrepreneurship component comes in. So it's a program that teaches history, but also like takes the lessons from history to apply it to 21st century entrepreneurship and thinking skills. So that program is gaining steam, and we're really happy to see that.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I'm currently in Africa for the viewers who may not know. I'm on the west side. I'm in Cabo Verde, and
Oh
we
wow!
definitely, yeah, yeah, have a lot of misconceptions about the continent. People, they usually generalize Africa as one place, but Africa has more countries than any other continent in the world. Africa is
It
the
does.
most genetically diverse continent in the world. Languages, culture, music, animals, minerals,
Mhm.
beaches, landscapes, terrain. It's a very beautiful place, and it's historically rich, historically the richest,
Yes,
so
100%.
very,
You
very
never know that if you open an American textbook.
Now you got to come see for yourself. Let me see. All right, I think we covered everything. Big shout out to Jay Webb. He's the person that referred me to me. He was like,
Yes, thank you so
definitely
much.
got to
Thank you so
interview.
much.
Yeah,
Mhm.
big shout out to Dayton. Um, okay, do you have a website, social media where people can contact you, support you, buy the
Definitely.
book?
So
Buy
we are definitely available. You can find it, all our products and services at www.justlikemepresents.com. We're on Instagram at Just Like Me Presents. We're on Facebook at Just Like Me Presents. LinkedIn, Michelle Person. But yeah, so you can find me on all those social media sites. But yeah, and you can email us at info@justlikemepresents.com. So if you have any questions about services, or you're interested in a book, or you're an author and you want to, partner with your book, all just reach out to me on any of those social platforms, and I will make sure we get back to you.
All right, thank you again, Queen. I truly appreciate you. Keep up the great work. You're truly inspiring.
Thank you. Thank you so
And
much for having me. This was awesome.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Thank you everybody for tuning in. This has been another episode of Taye Speaks. Until next time, family. Peace.